Yeah, so like all of this is gonna be like taxes. Yeah. Taxes. My favorite is watching lanes every morning, okay, on your. And we pay for it, so I see if it's in the window. Every time, and I can see when you pull it. I'm like, let's go there, but I can't come this way.
It's like a shade of the bugs. Like I got something.
You can see. You don't want to take it.
It's like getting that motivation.
It's a lot to digest. It is a lot to digest. Well, it was a big thing that she squirted it and watch it not come on. Not yet.
Call this meeting of the Harlan Township Board of Trustees to order. As a reminder, the meeting is being recorded, and please don't forget to sign in. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jenny, would you please read the minutes from the February 21st meeting?
Board of Trustees of Harlan Township met in regular session this 21st day of February 2024 at regular meeting place of 8276 State Route 132. Trustees Edward Brzezinski, Kevin Kern, and Marcus Shelton present. Meeting called to order by Mr. Shelton at 7 p.m. Mr. Shelton asked all present to stand and say a pledge of allegiance. Minutes read from regular session February 7, 2024. Mr. Shelton made a motion to accept minutes, second by Mr. Brzezinski. Major Steve Arismith from Greater Warren County Drug Task Force discussed annual report. Zach from BFIS discussed township insurance renewal. Chief Venner reported tanker 82 is temporary back in service. Still need to look into options to repair tank, excuse me, and body of the truck. And 9 Lincoln 21 is out of service for engine work. Chief Venner reported Lieutenant Stiles working on quotes to update rescue chainsaws and circular saws on engines. Chief Bennett reported levy committee met on February 15th. Budget presented with good decisions on moving forward. Presentation presented for possible renovations to bathrooms and bunk rooms. Chief Bennett reported receiving resignation from EMT Jenny Books. Mr. Shelton made a motion to accept resignation from, seconded by Mr. Kern. Chief Bennett reported Casey Shepard requested a 6-month leave of absence. Chief Bennett reported fire department membership voted to place Tom Henley on his 1-year probationary membership. Mr. Brzezinski made a motion to approve Tom Henley, for 1-year probationary membership, seconded by Mr. Shelton. Chief Bennett reported fire department membership voted to place Scott Pigg as 1-year probationary member. Mr. Kern made a motion to approve Scott Pigg for 1-year probationary membership, seconded by Mr. Shelton. Mr. Mason reported Freightliner continues working on a new truck with no delivery date at this time. Mr. Mason discussed needed repairs to the BIM truck. Mr. Mason reported Mr. Howery will look at the truck to see if they're to repair. Mr. Mason reported Road Department working with Jason Fisher from Warren County Engineer's Office for culvert repairs on Fisher Road. Mr. Mason provided the HIP link message policy from Warren County Telecom. Mr. Mason discussed possible seasonal employee. After discussion, trustees agreed to advertise for seasonal employee. Mr. Mason discussed a new website for township, spoke with iPanda Design at the OTA conference. After discussion, Mr. Kern made a motion to proceed with iPanda Design for new township website for a cost of $800 for branding, $1,100 to build the website, $1,100 per year to maintain the website, and $7 per month per email for trustees, fiscal officer, township administrator, and fire chief, seconded by Mr. Brzezinski. Mr. Mason reported 2 burials at Edwardsville Cemetery. Old business, Mr. Brzezinski discussed the proposed renovation at Station 81 for the bathrooms and bunk rooms. Mr. Brzezinski discussed seminars attended at the OTA conference. Mr. Shelton discussed a meeting that 9 Lincoln Auxiliary on March 18th. Auxiliary knows that this will be a presentation only for trustees. Mr. Shelton asked for Harlan Township to be mentioned on the Easter egg hunt advertisement. Bridget Ballard asked for a clarification by Township. Ms. Williams discussed the gym rental at Butlerville. Township will change event rental from $150, with $75 going to Bright Acres for cleaning and supplies that are used during the event. Discuss to create a final walkthrough checklist for renters after each event is over to make sure everything is back in order. New business, Mr. Kern spoke with Jeff Jones from Warren County Engineer's Office. Mr. Jones suggested after townships roads apply a micro seal that would add longer life to the road work. Mrs. Williams discussed the Great Warren County Drug Task Force request for 2024 contribution of $4,929. After discussion, Mr. Shelton made a motion to pay requested $4,929 contribution, seconded by Mr. Purzinski. Community comments, Tanya Suter asked how many fire trucks that are currently out of service. Tanya Suter requested restrooms at Whitaker Park be open for the Easter egg hunt on March 23rd, 2024. Melissa Greater thanked Township Road Department for making sure the roads were safe after the snow. Ms. Williams gave written financial reports to trustees. Mr. Kern made a motion to pay bills, seconded by Mr. Purzinski. We had no correspondence. Mr. Purzinski made a motion to adjourn, seconded by Mr. Kern, meeting adjourned at 8:35.
Do either of you have any corrections or additions?
No, sir.
No, sir. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as read? Second.
That's the motion.
I guess I made a motion.
That's all right. All good.
Chief Vanna, are you ready for your reports?
The fire and rescue, worked with Bethel Tate Fire and EMS. We signed a contract with them for educational and clinical ride time for their EMS students. They currently have an EMT program, and we do have one of our firefighters in the program to become an EMT. The officers Monday night met with Fire Safety Services, who are our distributor for our fire gear, fire decks. Fire Safety Services, they dropped their contract with fire decks, and they have partnered up with Globe Fire Gear. So Monday night we had a presentation from Globe, and we had 9 firefighters were sized for gear. We are waiting on a quote from Fire Safety Services. Met with First Arriving to finalize some content for the website for the recruitment and retention website for the fire department. The landing page for the website should be up and running by the end of next week. Just a reminder, we do have our fish fry on March 29th, 4 to 7:30. We are working with SDS Contracting on installing additional gas line for the outside fryers, and for an additional fryer on the inside. And also we've had Warren County Community Service Group from the Warren County Sheriff's Office. They have assisted us in cleaning and prepping for the fish fry. They do this every year. They got a little early start, but they clean all the tables, chairs, all the kitchen equipment, the firehouse before and after the fish fry for us. But it takes a lot off of our volunteers. Currently obtaining quotes for landscaping of Station 81. I only have one quote now, but if I could I'd like to get this done before the fish fry. I should have the second quote tomorrow. I talked to him today. Looks like it's going to be under 2,000. So would that be sufficient to go with?
If it's under 2,000.
Yep. Okay. Obtaining quotes for annual maintenance of HVAC system for Station 81, Station 82. Should have something to present at the March 20th meeting. The fire department members have the option of currently utilizing Active 911, which is an app we use for dispatch and information. It goes directly to our mobile devices. The fire department is utilizing the apps for calls, hydrants, location, and alerting. In the officers meeting, members have requested the department pay for the annual subscription. So starting in April, all members of the fire department will have Active 911, and the members who currently have their personal subscription will be phased in when their subscription expires. This total annual cost will be under $1,000 for the department. The State of Ohio EMS grant has been submitted for training in EMS equipment, and we're also working on a firehouse subs grant for a forcible door training simulator. And that opens up in April, and that is all I have.
Will that be our simulator then, if we get that?
Correct, yes.
Quick question on the 911 members.
The active 911?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there a limit on how many of the members can be, how many people we can have?
No, so the more members you have, the cheaper the cost is. So anything over 51. So we should be right about probably 40, 45. We have about 15 members that currently either pay for their own or the subscription is paid by other departments. So you can use it for each code you can put in for, like somebody runs here and runs at Hamilton Township, they can get Active 911 for Hamilton Township, get Active 911 for Harlan.
Yeah.
So.
You guys have any questions for us? Administrator report, Steve?
Yes, a broken record on the new dump truck. They did give us an update today. Larry's been calling them a couple times a week. Really haven't got a straight answer. So the wiring harness is supposed to be updated from Western Star at the factory starting in September. This truck was built later than that. So Western Star says that it should be fixed. The dealer says it's not fixed, and they got into a standoff of some sort about what needed to be done. So it was down there with the dash torn out of it. Larry talked to Mike a couple of times today, got a call back late this afternoon that they think they have everything fixed on the truck. And if they do, they'll get it back together and hopefully, probably not this week, early next week, we have the truck. If they have those done. So there's about 8 to 12 people, it seems like, that's just getting bounced around between. So nobody, it's just like everybody's pointing at everybody else on who's supposed to be doing what. But hopefully that's going to finally be here next week. The boom truck, again, Rick was not able to look at it. He ran out of time to look at it. I did attach an email and your stack of papers that I gave you has the breakdown. Essentially, that boom is designed to spin 360 degrees, but the mechanism that allows that hose and the fluid to still move up through there froze up and then twisted and broke 3 or 4 hoses. So he's not gonna know for sure till he gets in there exactly what it's gonna be. So you've got the breakdown there. So I'd like to go ahead and get that approved up to $5,000. Go ahead and get that fixed.
I'll make a motion, we approve up to 5,000 to get the boom truck fixed.
Second.
And that's, I would still check with Rick just one more time before we send it somewhere.
Well, we did. He said
He don't have time at all.
You know, he cannot get to it there.
You told me once,
Fertilizers, chemicals.
Yeah.
you told me once the maker of that boom itself, what's that again?
All tech.
Connections on other ones, but not that one.
What's that now?
I have connections on different ones.
Oh,
not
gotcha.
that one.
Yeah, so this is also a company that certifies it too. So they work on them all the time. So that truck has like 250,000 miles, I think, on it, something like that. So it's been around for a while. So it's just corrosion and stuff is what seized up that bearing in there essentially. They completed the culvert repair on Fisher. Got the road back open pretty quickly. They are moving over to the dead end side of Fisher Monday to replace that cattle guard. They're going to stack a couple 24-inch culverts. Is there 24-inch culverts in there? With the help of Warren County Engineers Office, they can get it done in a single day. Letters were sent to the residents affected, as well as some contact made by Larry to them directly. We're going to have the road plates there. So if there is an emergency, we need to get back there, they're going to be able to set those plates over top. It's in there enough span. We can put the road plates down. If there's any need for any emergency services, we'll be able to get back there. The plan is to close the road after the buses run around between 8 and 8:30, and then get it back open up as quickly as possible. Hopefully Larry thinks by 4 o'clock at the latest, they'll be able to have the road back open, but we do have access in emergency situations to set those plates down and get trucks back there. Ignore that. I got the wrong number from Larry on that Fisher Road section. So I talked to Kevin on that one. He's going to work on trying to figure that one out. I also attached or sent you the job description for a seasonal position. If you guys want to look over that and let me know what you think, and then we can bring that back up at the next meeting if we want to go ahead and post that for making changes to that job description. Mark and I met with iPanda I had 2 meetings with them for the website design, as well as the main layout. And the final review is scheduled for March 18th. if all that looks good on the 18th, it will go live, I believe, the next day is just what she told me. So we do have a new domain for the township, and that is harlantwp.us. And that is what the emails and will also be, that we get those set up as well. Anything to add to that, Mark?
No, no.
Okay.
Probably after the 18th, we might have to go over some of it, just to explain everything.
Yep.
How we have it set up.
Yeah, so I got an email from them yesterday, 2 days ago, and they needed information, pictures from around the township that they can start plugging into this. So that's my goal for tomorrow when it's not raining, hopefully, to get a few of those pictures sent to them. Emails, I know in the minutes it did mention that the sixth one was for the fire chief. That sixth one's actually going to be for the road department. And what do we want to call that? Who do we want to call it roads at Harlan? Do we want to call it maintenance? What do we want to call that last email address?
I just call it roads, something short.
Yeah, it's easier to type in something.
Roads is shorter than maintenance.
And that we don't write how to spell maintenance.
So we're
I'm telling
not,
you gotta look at you gotta look into it.
we're not doing Dusty's not giving a,
He'll have with the website, so he'll do the domain for the fire department. His email will be to the fire department's domain.
Yours will be secure too, though, right?
Email.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Is
just
that
trying to.
unified?
Unified gave us the domain, correct?
Is that
Which
your
was-
emails will be through?
The emails, yeah. Yeah. Which initially that was set up for the township. Correct.
The additional cemeteries to mow, J Junior Landscaping submitted a bid. I also included that in that stack of paperwork for the 5 additional cemeteries. I believe it was out of order here, probably around $440.
430?
$430 for the other 5.
Pleasant Grove.
Those would likely not be mowed every week. Those would be on an added needed basis. And then what you want to do.
I think that would probably help free up Larry and Jeff to do some of this work at the cemetery, maybe.
What we're trying to get out of the cemetery.
I'm talking about the project. coming up.
That's what I said.
Extra 400, where's he at now? 13,
Well, the total, I don't know. I didn't print out. So that'll be, Dusty's gonna take care of that one. And that's the estimate he gave for the firehouse.
oh, this is the mold.
So, yeah, so
Same guy.
same guy, yeah. So that's one that Dusty's gonna handle.
Okay, so we don't have the total.
What the total will be, I don't know. It's the same price as last year for all the, because he kept that the same to keep the bid.
For $430, and he's not gonna have to mow every week. That's if he had to mow all 5 of them for $430.
Yeah, that's permanently. Yeah.
That's got a problem with him. Everyone knows when they need to be done. I know. $65, $70. I don't, you need a motion on that, Jenny, $430? We just need to agree on it.
It would be cleaner since this is kind of getting added to what
Right.
he's doing, so it'll be a lot cleaner to do a motion.
I'll make a motion that Jeffrey Helmer can do the other 5, Pleasant Grove Cemetery, New Hope Cemetery, Craig Cemetery, Bassinger Cemetery, and Ingle Long Cemetery at $430, and that is as needed. So it won't be that amount every time. Second.
All right, and Jenny, just real quick, go back to the website. I did give you that, the invoice for that is included for the trustees as well.
I'm sorry, I was writing and I didn't
I'm
hear all
sorry, yeah.
that.
Back to the iPanda, I get in that stack of
Yep,
papers. You
I
have
got
the
it.
invoice for that.
Yep.
So,
Do we need that on the 18th? I mean, do I need to write a
Just-
check
just
ahead of time or
whenever
the
you want to
next
write the check. Next meeting's fine.
Okay.
Just wait.
I'll put it with my next meeting stuff.
Yep, that's fine. We'll skip the last one there. Dusty's gonna take care of that one. We do have a burial, March 12th at Edwardsville. Jess be taking care of that one by himself. Larry is off and I'm out of the area on that day, so they're gonna dig that ahead of time, have it ready to go. Also in your second paperwork, the Warren County Genealogical Society would like to come back out and do another workshop. I attached the flyer from last year is what he sent me. So they'll create a new flyer if it's approved by the trustees for 2024. Basically come out and do the same thing they did last year.
Did they say what cemetery? They have a cemetery preference?
Crossing again.
Crossing again?
Yep. So
Nope, I'm all for it. Them guys,
I
they help
think
us out quite a bit fixing stuff.
we got a motion on that, Jenny, or just
You guys good
happy with it? All right, well, cemeteries, I'll turn it over to Richard from there. I'm done.
Richard's, report.
All right, the first is report from this 2023 activity. 7 graves sold, all of them at Edwardsville. 15 burials, 13 of those at Edwardsville. 1 at Crossing, 1 at Wesley Chapel, and by approximate count, that should leave, we've sold 11, so about 115 graves remaining at Edwardsville. About half of those in the low swale area that not very desirable. 145 still at Wesley Chapel, and still the same 51 at Sperling Cemetery. Next couple points are the same. This is the 3rd year, I'll point out, that I've brought these 3 recommendations before you guys. First is the driveway. Still a need at Edwardsville. Originally I said 5 years before I think basically we need more graves to sell. I stick to that, which means 3 years left. And by what I just said, there's probably 60 that are still good grave sites out there. That's not forcing people to go in that low area. So again, that's 20 a year. So, it's kind of past the time to not do anything. I think Mark, I know Mark's been talking to the county engineers and a couple people about doing the excavation, and that's good, but I'll also remind you, it's time to do some action. If you're ever gonna do it, it's gotta be done. I don't know. I've heard all kind of money gonna be spent. There's nothing wrong with putting some of that money towards the cemeteries. I think I'm not gonna step on Mark's information when he's got it all together. I think he'll give some information on what he's found out about possibly putting a drive and some drainage out there. And along the line of, again, if you'd rather not spend money on their programs, you want to put it to the cemeteries. I made an inventory this year of what's needed on the fences. Edwardsville has 1 post broken, 4 caps, 3 rails. Wesley Chapel has 1 post, 2 caps broken. Crossing somehow is missing 2 rails, just gone somewhere, I don't know. But altogether, 6 broken rails, 1 cap, 2 posts. Again, wouldn't be the worst thing. Keep that in your mind next time you find some money under the cushions. Then the 3rd, I've mentioned a couple, I still, when I meet with people, one of our active cemeteries to sell graves is on Long Sperling Road. And as I've said, about the only directions I give people is, well, you go down Long Sperling, when you go over that little overpass, look to your right, way back, and you can see the cemetery. So again, it'd be nice if there was some signage to where people know that there's a cemetery. If we want to sell those 51 graves, it needs to be a little bit more known, I guess, that there is actually a cemetery. It's a nice little area, but We know the issues with the entrance and that, but it's a nice little cemetery. And then the Woodville Cemetery Joint Maintenance Board, we had our annual meeting last week. Voted to increase the annual draws for each township to 1,500. And CWR signed a contract to continue the mowing for $290 per mow. So the 1,500 is basically to try to, whereas Jenny remembers, we always used to have the one draw that's split evenly between the 4 townships, and then a second draw that's split based on population. So, you know, again, it's to Harlan's advantage, so I don't argue when they want to increase that first draw, because we paid 25% of the first draw, but we have to pay 32% or something out of the second draw. But the 1,500, it still just basically covers nothing more than mowing out there. So, and he does, I think last year he mowed 20 or 22, so he does a pretty good job of not unnecessarily going out there, which helps control the cost. And then the last point is the Daughters of the American Revolution, that plaque out there that I think you guys have brought up. I think you ended up mailing the letter, approval letter to them.
The approval letter.
Yeah, and of course, as soon as we did all that, and you know, I told her all this, but you know, but as soon as I sent her that picture of the grave and told her there's, you know, it's the footer is all below ground, there'll have to be some kind of base put there. Well, the end result was she said, "Oh, well, it comes with instructions. You guys will be able to figure it out." So they kind of, you know, they kind of punted that more or less. But the short story is somebody had given my sister's husband a 1x2 slab of granite for her headstones that we didn't end up using. And Maggard's Memorial said that when we get that plaque in, they'll put that plaque onto that granite, and then, you know, we'll just set it down in the ground, so it'll end up be looking better than anything they would have done anyway. But yeah, they totally punted that. You know, they said they didn't have the tools. And I said, well, I would just do it with a shovel and a wheelbarrow. But
How do they not have the tools? Because the sample letters that they had sent, they've done this in other places.
yeah, well, apparently, again, I guess it comes from not questioning quite enough, going by assumption. Apparently, it's the townships attaching them. Yeah, and they just take credit for it all. But yeah, they just push the paper to get the plaque and then hand it over to the, you know, the township or whoever's managing the cemeteries to take care of it. So it's taken care of. It won't cost anything. But yeah, they kind of did a little dirty on that one as far as I'm concerned. I told her that, well, I took it to the trustees and all we needed was approval, and then you take the rest. And they ended up, oh, well, it comes with instructions, so we got to take where it is, and we'll take care of it. It's easier to do it yourself than try to get somebody else to do it.
Get it done right.
That's it for me, unless somebody got questions.
Fixing the posts and the caps, since you have all that listed, we can probably just go and get a price on that and get these Edwardsville, Wesley Chapel and Cross and get the fence fixed.
And I won't say, I mean, maybe Jeff can say, you pick, some of those caps are just missing and stuff. Do you guys keep a collection of them down there or anything if you see them laying? No, is that a no? So, yeah, so I guess.
We have talked about taking them off at Edwardsville, the little wing in and redoing it, because it's hard to come in with a trailer and stuff there, that wing.
If we took that out, could we, well, the posts are gonna have holes on them, aren't they?
Might have to replace the whole post, I don't know.
And to keep with the theme of my report here, Hawkins good, dueling is even better. So, you know, we can talk about all that, but I mean, can't we do something, either fix the post or take them out? So. That's it. That's why you guys only ask me here once a year.
We don't ask you, you just come. I appreciate it, Richard. You're Your notes will be taken care of, thank you. And Woodville, we do have a dedicated mower this year, right?
Yeah, it's the same guy. Yeah, I mean, I've made my feelings on him. I don't, he's bailed once on a contract until he got some more money. So my thought is if somebody will do it once, they'll do it again. But other than the Venom family, most people, they don't get many complaints about him. So,
Well, that was pretty bad when we all went over there. That was.
well, again, his communication is one of his big things. He doesn't let us know when his equipment's down until I get a call from you or Dusty or somebody saying, why hasn't it? And then, that was a mess where he was in the hospital and nobody knew. But no, he's not my favorite guy, but he's cheap. Nobody, JR can say nobody else was going to do it for $290 a mow. So.
Okay. Well, I will bring up Edwardsville here in a little bit. Does have any questions for Richard?
You got prices.
That's all. We got to start a discussion on it.
Thank you, Richard.
But guess we'll go to old business. Ed?
No, no old business.
Ed?
No, sir.
The tractor show, I spoke with Jim Hurst and Brian Likens with 4-H Restored Machinery Club. The tractor show will be held here at the Harlan Butlerville building on June 15th from 12 to 4. And every year they do an annual tractor ride. This year, their tractor ride will start here at the school at 9 o'clock. And they should arrive back here by 2 o'clock. So,
Same day.
yeah. Proceeds from the tractor ride benefit the Blanchester area FFA. If anyone wants to be part of the tractor ride, I'll put the information up for Brian Likens. They can contact him for details on how to be a part of that. They did state they need a food truck. And Mr. Hurst asked if Bridget could make a few flyers for him again this year like he did last year.
I sure can.
Other old business, the tax exemption form has been filled out for the Harlan Butlerville building and delivered to the auditor's office. And next levy committee will meet here in the conference room on March 12th at 6:30. I believe that's all I have for old. Any, do you have any old?
No.
About new, Ed?
Want to talk about these recommendations for the, this, or we want to go look at it first before we go?
On the,
Cemetery.
on the caps, yeah, we can get some prices on the, hose, the caps and the reels. And, the sign there, it's long spur, is there a place that we can put that? I mean, will it have to be down in the ditch with
Well, I was
the
gonna say, I
resident?
mean, to me, I want something that's so, if I can try to tell somebody where it's at, it's more just, look for the little, even if it is just a little, like
Street sign.
yeah, like a street sign or just one of those little, like a lawyer hangs it out or, just one of those little signs that hang on a post or something.
Yeah,
It says, Sperling Cemetery. Because, there's also not the obvious drive you're supposed to go down to
Right.
to look at that. So, I usually end up offering, have them follow me over there to kind of show them where the actual access is. But it'd be nice if, again, at least kind of had something that showed that there is now, if it was a dormant, then that's different. But since it's still, other than that initial push when everybody found in the area there, found out that there were a new section available and we sold like 55 that one summer. There's not been any sold since. I can't imagine part of that might not be. I talked to one lady that practically lived across the street and she had no idea there was a cemetery there. So I think just something that tells somebody there is a cemetery there that, and like I say, since there are graves available to purchase,
the issues that the residents drive. You have the cemetery,
Yeah,
residents driveway with the gate.
one good resident, one bad resident.
Yeah, and then the next driveway to go back and then cross back across.
Yeah, no.
So it's a little confusing for
And that's
people.
why I usually end up, if somebody wants to see that one, I usually offer for them to follow me over there, so that otherwise I just try to tell them, you go up the gravel driveway, don't go on the blacktop, go up the gravel driveway to the farm fence and then directly across through the farm, or not farm fence, but gate, directly across, don't meander.
Yeah.
Just go directly across, through the gate, and that's the access, the legal access to that cemetery.
Well, I agree, probably just a small sign.
We do something, just small graphics.
Yeah, I mean, really,
It doesn't have to be a
literally
stone sign
anything that
or a
says Sperling
sign
Cemetery.
Something like on a post, with the hanging sign on. I don't even know about hanging because
Yeah, I'd say I guess if you get a real estate frame and put your own sign, that's good.
what about you mentioned a street sign on a post with like just a little metal Sperling Cemetery.
Anything kind of, one tells them that it's there.
County can make something for it.
There you go.
I mean,
I'll just say it's Sperling
they'll
Cemetery.
charge you for it, but
Right,
still, we can get them to do something.
at a discounted rate. Did we ever get the cemetery rules or whatever posted over there that we updated a few years ago?
Sperling.
At Sperling there is?
No, I said, is that what you're asking?
No, at all the cemeteries.
Well, there's the abbreviated version, the actual rules, I forget how many pages, but there's the abbreviated. No, at Edwardsville, I'm not sure whether I think they're at Crossing too, aren't they?
Yes.
I can't remember if they're at Wesley Chapel or any of the others or not.
When you mail the deeds, Jenny, do we mail the rules with the deeds?
I do not, because I don't think I have an updated version. I don't know how old my version is.
We discussed it a few years ago. I've got them
Have we
somewhere.
changed it?
No.
We haven't changed them.
Well, a couple of years ago we did. We added to it when Richard took over.
Probably should get a copy of that to make sure that there's nothing on it, because I don't know if I have the up-to-date copy.
I think that'd be a good idea to start sending the rules out with the deed.
We did. I did it one time, but then I thought they got outdated for some reason.
Yeah, we updated them. We probably never got
Never
a copy.
gave me a copy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've got it in a Word document I could forward to her if that's all.
That'll work.
To print a few out.
Yeah,
That's fine, because I'll print them when I print the piece out.
Is it Mark Dawson who does sign, who when he talks to?
Engineer.
Okay. Yeah.
Just need to know what you want on it and what have you on.
Do they do fence?
No. We got to count it actually.
I can get some estimates for that.
We got to count it
I gotta
actually.
find out.
Isn't it?
I know that one, two of them.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know. I can help you out with that. All right. Ed's gonna get some bids to fix the fence. Ed's gonna get us a
I knew Ed
design.
was my hope on this whole thing. As soon as Ed got in here, things would start getting done.
No pressure.
There's all the pressures on you now. I'm looking right at you.
I want to, I'm trying to get it in my head how you're saying to move the post to get trailers in there. So I'm sure I'll see
Yeah,
it
well,
when
I
I'm,
think that's
when I'm
Larry
looking.
and Jeff's thought of the things. You're familiar with Edwardsville there and how there's like it's a cross and then there's that little angled section going in. I think what you're saying is get rid of that angled section so that you can get a full swing in there, I think is basically what he's saying.
You have anything else, Ed?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any updates or anything in that meeting?
Hold on just a second. Yes. Went to the District Advisory Committee meeting. I guess I've got to give you an explanation of what it is. It's more or less an oversight board for the Board of Health. So you have the Board of Health, and this District Advisory Board goes over the the budget and their plans for this year and next year. Went to that meeting as a representative for Harlan Township yesterday. It's very simple. Go over a bunch of numbers and that was it. That's all I have for new business.
Did you vote?
Did I vote?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to vote.
Well, thank you for going to that. Mr. Kern?
Nothing, sir. Have at it.
Did have, Dusty, you mentioned the tire recycling event.
27.
I did not on my report, so.
I had a brochure here somewhere.
Nine
I
to
had
noon.
it all with me and I just took it out of my truck.
No,
I have it.
It's gonna be up at the firehouse. Here it is, on April 27th
27.
from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Because I'm not getting rid of shit.
No, but I can email it.
I'm the only one I die.
I thought we already put that out there.
No, that just came up since it was.
That's
We talked about it. See if anything. So 8 o'clock.
It's going to be one
Yep, that's it.
at Carlisle, here at Harlan Township. And they're looking for other venues, I guess. Tara from our health department is looking for other places that might be community owned, that they could have these same tire recycling events. Apparently they've got money to do it and they're looking for locations. So if you can think of other ones outside of Harlan Township, you might want to make some recommendations. You know somebody, have them contact Tara at the health department.
How long have they been doing that?
Tire recycling?
Yeah.
4 or 5 years. They usually have good luck in Harlan Township, so they like to come here and get a lot of
I've
tires.
seen the inventory. I picked through it.
Oh, yeah, they've taken thousands of tires.
I'd say that probably cuts down on the ditch chucking quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, that helps us out a lot.
It's,
Up in Kevin's.
Cross
Lever Road, that's one of the drop-off spots, isn't it?
what is it?
What they sound like when they hit
No,
a
hey,
bush.
hey, you're publicizing where to drop them. So.
Didn't mean that.
Are there brochures that we could like give to people, like my neighbor?
I've got it. I've got it. I mean, I can email it to you.
Would you please?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Probably a good idea to print some out and have them available at the fish fry. Yes.
Here's Steve. I got one. You got one of these? I got one. All right, Steve's one.
Fish fry?
What's the date on that again?
When's the date on
The fish fry is
Fish Fry's the
29
29th, right?
of this month, and this isn't until.
This is April 27th, okay. I'm thinking, wait a minute.
Thinking all backwards.
No. Okay, did you guys want to talk about the seasonal workers? Did you guys look at this at all?
Do we have anybody in mind, or is there anybody approached?
Well, we would have.
Anybody
We
in-
have to put it out for ad.
Well, you still kind of know if there's some people interested.
There should be.
Yeah, there's been two, there's a gentleman stopped and talked to Larry.
So we already have interest, that's good.
We've got some, yeah.
Go ahead and.
I'd say we need to promote that now.
Well, he's got 16 to 18 per hour based on qualifications. Down here, preferred skills are Class B, CDL. So I would say if somebody showed up and had Class A, I would put them in at the 18 for the seasonal. 16 to 18, is that reasonable?
With a CDL?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And then without a CDL, I would say start at 16.
You guys want to go ahead and get on this?
Do that. I'm looking at you.
Do it, sir, do it.
Hell, might as well start now.
Start
Get our
now.
foot in the door.
It's,
And start getting some
Green.
applications and some interviews.
I have that somewhere.
But that's kind of what I would do. If they don't have a CDL, I'd start at 16. If they do, just give them
On the
a
vote
vote.
sheet.
Go based on experience. I mean, you've got everything listed here. So I say go for it. I can't do that. And then the prosecutor's office sent us a new event space hourly rental agreement, which goes from our 1 page to 5 pages. And I've sent her back a bunch of questions on it, but I have not had any response. So now I think we'll just hold off on doing anything with this until the next meeting. Did you guys send this to you guys today?
Yes, we sure
Or
did.
Jenny, you have it.
She sent it to all of us, I thought.
Oh, did
Or
she?
was it just you and I?
I think it was just you and me.
I thought she's,
I think it's, I don't know, but we all have it, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I made sure you guys have it.
Absolutely.
Community comments.
I have new
Did you have
business.
new?
I see, yeah.
Wait.
We've received something from Warren County Telecom. Looks like a nutshell. It's for the Warren County 911 Program Review Committee. We need to pass a resolution. And they gave us the sample resolution, to which Steve gave me too many pieces of paper, and now I can't find my resolution right now. There it is. Basically saying, Board of Commissioners request a reinstatement of the countywide 911 program review committee for purposes of updating final plan to implementing and operating the countywide 911 system. So they're asking us to pass a resolution agreeing to making a new committee.
You have already done that.
They just sent this to us.
What was that?
We just did that a month ago.
Yeah, we put you on it, didn't we? Yeah.
Yes.
They
I remember
that. Somebody signed a certified. Steve, did you sign
Yeah,
certified?
he caught me outside.
It's got Steve's name on it.
Yeah, so if you look through the other resolutions in there, they're all the townships nominate the same person. It's not somebody from each township. It's one person
Thank you.
from Turtle Creek, Dusty, is that
Ralph, the guy from Hamilton Township is,
Hamlin Township.
and Ralph is heading that committee up as well.
So
Ralph went
Where did they send another
from
resolution?
Salem Township.
because we put Ed on there and he's not supposed to be on there. We're supposed to nominate apparently this one guy from
Well,
Hamilton Township.
We can do that. We were okay to do that. It's just.
Oh, you'd
other
be like
townships
running
didn't.
against him?
Yes.
Um,
To withdraw your name.
I think you should stay on it. I think you should stay on and run against him.
Well, if everybody else has already put him out, then what are the chances of people?
Okay, well then never mind. It was a packet and it came
Did we
certified.
pass a resolution last time or did we just?
We have, we have a resolution. I mean, like you said, the copy of it's in here. But to me, it looked like they were wanting another resolution to,
Can I follow up with Ralph and?
sure, because we technically have till April 1st.
We'll take care of it.
Not much time.
Another meeting between them.
It's 2 weeks. What are you talking about? That's a lifetime.
This is government. Government's supposed to move slow.
Wheels
All right,
turn
so
slow.
never mind. I don't have anything that's gonna take care of that part. Thank you, Ed.
I just saw him last night.
Ralph?
Yes. When he needs to do another tire recycling in his township.
That's all I have.
Do you have anything else? Now we'll do community comments.
I have a question. Who is responsible for the flags at the cemeteries?
The township
Because the New Hope Cemetery flag is shot.
at the end of Starkey Clevenger. I thought, did I contact Larry on that one? I'm pretty sure I did.
Larry knows about it. I talked to Larry about it here as well. I didn't know about the firehouse.
Right.
That's what Larry
did that.
It's hooked up on the, yeah, it's hooked up on the.
It will be taken care of tomorrow. I thought it was, we had already discussed it and I thought it was done. If it's not done, I'll do it. Thank you.
It's hung up there.
Oh, no.
I'm
Megan.
here for Tanya.
Oh, gosh.
She wanted me to remind you of the March 18th at 6:30 meeting for 9 Lincoln.
The 9 Lincoln, March 18th.
6:30 at Butlerville.
Yes. That's all I
Three
have.
of- all
Are you
three of
sure?
them are-
Yeah.
You're speaking for Tanya. Are you sure that's
I'm
all you had?
positive. That was my only thing I had to say.
I have a question. With the tire recycling thing, I know down in, it's Deerfield Township, they do, paper shredding. Is that something that Warren County does? Is that just, they do it like at furniture store where you can take all of your important documents and
They have-
shred them?
They have a shred day.
Yeah, they're
Shred
having a
day?
shred day. It's, I believe, don't quote me on it, it's in May. I think it's May 11th. They're having electronic recycling. And they also are gonna bring in a company for shredding.
Is that here or
No,
is that down in?
that is over at Warren
Furniture there?
County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can get you all the information on that,
I
but
just was,
I
didn't know
talked-
that's something that could come out here.
we could probably do one, I'm sure, but, I mean, but it's also electronic.
Okay.
For Warren County.
Could you throw that up on like the fire department Facebook page, just kind of let the residents know?
I just found out about that from,
I'm just asking.
but yeah, we can, once I get all the information and stuff, yeah.
Because I know they take like latex paint and stuff too. Last year, they actually sent a truck out here to pick up. Like, they don't take oil base,
Right.
but you can actually take that over the county anytime.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, get rid of it.
It does. They take orders. No, they don't take orders.
What are you grinning at?
I just came to see you guys.
You have something to say tonight, man?
You said it before the meeting, didn't you?
Yeah, I got all mine out.
Well, at this time, I'd like to go into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee according to ORC Section 121.22G1. Do I have a second? First, I'll make a motion.
Second.
Roll call.
I'm not writing fast enough, sorry. Mr.
Yes.
Brzezinski,
Yes.
Mr. Kern, Mr. Shelton.
Yes.
Good to go.
Shouldn't be long. My writing's big enough, I'm not taking
So you guys, I do have the video still running, so just so you're aware.
Thanks for
Still have the video running.
What you're saying.
You said
Just in case.
I like to
We're
be.
gonna make sure we meet community standards.
Like the way you say
You don't have to be in the morning, I catch you every morning.
Where am I at?
Sometimes it's stop sign. Sometimes it's a turn way around. Coming from Falford, basically, you drive a little short bus.
Early cemetery entrance.
Yeah, I pass you every morning.
So
you're going to work.
I'm going this way.
Yeah, I'm going for the Falford.
What do you in?
A Chevy Silver Equinox.
I don't care.
You can't miss it. I have a fire system.
When's our carnival committee?
You can tell schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Can we have a carnival committee Friday?
I don't see nobody around.
What?
I'm here short Friday. Did you
Oh,
call
that
it?
just depends on how.
I almost had it.
Well,
Oh, you did?
I mean,
Tuesday.
She- Thursday.
Next Tuesday.
It was already, I come around that curve.
We need to get, we need to get this committee rolling.
Almost done, yeah. They're bad.
Right here on my iceberg, going up the hill from the fire.
Wednesday.
Wednesday next week?
I felt so bad. Then I stopped down the road to make sure. I was there.
No, you haven't been, no, what, 9:30?
And,
There's nothing on
Tuesday, right?
I didn't run. Friday and Monday.
What about next Friday?
Next Friday.
That's fine, I'll see ya.
I'm assuming all your stuff is in this one, or do I have to look at it?
I put them in both, because I never really.
I got mine. I'm for real.
Typically Friday lunch, but obviously.
I don't know.
I Great.
Yeah, we could do Friday. And then come over and then come back over there to public service.
We did it one time. This old place, now we've got a bunch of school and
Next Friday?
stuff like that.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
Put her in the books.
But I was like, yeah. I don't know why. My father was the district rep for White Snow executive. Oh, really? He was they lived out in California. Another friend of mine, Barry Stevenson. And he retired before, but he moved down to South Carolina. I see his stuff, he picks up beach.
Have you done the hill? Have you?
I mean, it's got like a draw, I think. I joined the group. And some of them, like, yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Yeah, he learns a lot of super stuff. Yeah, that's their time.
I miss Perry Powell, or Eugene Powell, because he used to come to the farm in Arrowhead. And we wandered around there a whole life, and we come back with a handful of stuff. He's like, it's kind of where it was.
Yeah, man.
Eugene knew where to look.
I remember Don Johnson. He had boxes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got a nice collection. I used to hunt Eugene years since back in the early 70s.
Have you ever seen his collection?
Oh, yeah. I packed that collection up. John, really? Sporting ones. Really? It had to.
All the way down.
I had to. I really did.
He loved my wife. He would have me, if I go down with my stuff, he said, "Don't bring that cute little girl with you, I'll pay extra."
Yeah,
He'd get her flowers, bring her flowers while he's there.
And ladies, man. He thought he was.
Yeah, he thought he was.
That was the end of it, too.
Yeah. I forgot.
When that happened, he went off the carrying stuff out. The girl he was with, the daughter, was getting stuff out of the house. I said, I can't go in there. I said, Barry, I said, you won't sit there. Back that up and get in there. Truck in the garage. Shut the door 1 o'clock in the morning. Back everything up. My truck. And Eugene followed his orders. Get back to the yeah. Yeah, she really.
I remember my dad saying, because he was walking down the road. Fell off the face of the earth. But he chased.
Well, once she, I don't know, I really don't. Eugene, it's hard to get the whole story out there.
Yeah.
Well, she gets the guys that take a load of beans down there, get the chest and straight to the phone.
Eugene was a good man.
He was, he'd do anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was hard to deal with sometimes, just because he was not.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, I'd like to drink. My dad loved to drink.
Yeah, I knew Eugene for a long time. He was awesome. He thought April was something. Oh, yeah, he liked the girls.
I'd be working on a truck and he had that garden out back and Frank Cheryl, like set fire and he full of flowers. You know how pretty she was.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the old man.
Yeah.
All over here.
Yeah, because he probably had the best personally found collection I've ever seen.
I was baffled
Yeah.
when because I was just up there working and he says, "You want to see something?"
When he
When he lived in Clarksville up the
yeah, okay,
driveway.
yeah.
He says, "You want to see something?" And he's like, "Yeah." He took us in and he said, "I don't know, man, can you do it?" And it was like going into it.
Yeah, I set all that up.
Did you? It was unbelievable.
Yeah. I've taken that down, set it up at least three or four times.
Really? Yeah, it was amazing some of the stuff he found around here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Everything's within about 3 counties.
Yeah, I always wondered what happened to that because, you know,
Gary still got it.
Thank you.
part of history.
They can even charge you if you go to him because he's still, he's like, he's still in it. And if you're gonna do it with other kids, he's gonna do it with other kids to 98%. So like, you know, and she needs to have one, or they're going.
You never find anything at your place?
No, I never did. He would come out. When my dad first bought the place, I live on the corner of Middleborough and Edwardsville, and Bowman's old apple.
Yeah,
orchard.
yeah.
And when my dad tore a lot of them trees out, Harry rented the back of the farm for quite a few years, and he would turn around, he'd be like, I don't mind, I'm gonna wander around.
Yeah.
He would, he'd find something.
Yeah, yeah.
He'd find, partials and pieces.
Yeah, there's very few fields around that you walk in, not find some evidence
Yeah.
of prehistoric man, because they were everywhere.
He said, he used to always tell my dad, and I remember this, he used to say the richest spot closest to us is, he said, until the day he died, was really small, down in the bottom. He said that hillside,
Yeah,
he said for whatever reason, he said it was nothing to go there and care.
yeah, a lot of good stuff come from down there. Norman, really, he had a couple real nice stone axes.
Really found that.
I don't know if Steve or Todd still got them or not.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
If they don't, they need to be in my collection.
Hurry anything, so.
I just remember as a kid, I always liked them. Wendell and Randall that worked for.
Oh, yeah, yeah, those people got
Those two.
something
Boy,
else.
they were something else.
Yes, she knows.
We went to Wendell's funeral, and it was the first time I realized, me and my dad went there, and it was towards the end, we almost missed it, there was only 5 people that signed his funeral. It was like, that broke my heart as a kid. Like, man, that guy,
You know, these kind of,
they're
yeah, they were
workers now.
yeah.
Those were the good old days.
Yeah, the old barn back here's falling in, but like,
The old possum land.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I remember being a kid, my dad said, there was great thing that old kerosene, you remember my eyes burning, and we're like, ah, man, this is. The old possum lounge. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, please don't show up.
And he could raise his heart.
Being a kid, because I already handle it. Summertime, you don't walk it.
Then it gets warmer.
Aerial awesome launch week. Where it was. Did a basketball hoop out there.
The dad used to ride his motorcycle.
Took a friend of mine, just an archaeologist, with us, so we
Dirt bike.
stuff. I said,
The trustee night, he put his briefcase on the back of the dirt bike. Off he
"Go
goes.
play basketball."
Yeah.
I said, "Whatever you do."
That was a lot farther to go.
Yeah.
Or we'll be here all day. And we were there, Don, he still talks about that. And we were out there playing basketball, and he was a kind of big.
There's two people during. This is still going right now.
Elbow.
It
Flopping each other
smells so
around,
bad.
pitchforks falling off the wall.
You know what I'm
He had
saying?
the biggest kick out.
I'm the only one. I don't know anybody.
Chair. All right, this time we'll come out of executive session, and we will not be taking action on ORC section 121.22G1 to consider the employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee. Correspondence. Payroll.
How about pay bills?
We're gonna do that first. How about get the motion to pay the bills in?
Let's make a motion, I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Second. Correspondence.
This the one, just saying that we got reevaluated here.
All on this place.
Yeah.
That look better?
This is for our building that we're in today.
Yes, sir. I've already, I worked with him on. Any other business to be brought before the board?
Is that just what the value of this place is?
To get our tax evaluation dropped.
How much did it change?
A lot.
Not enough.
Yeah, no, well, I turned the exemption in, so hopefully for next year it'll be even lower. But they're supposed to reassess next year, so it'll probably bring back up. Lose. All right, do a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Adjourn.